Yo, open Twitch chat. It's a bit slow today. What's happening? What? And my browser forgot who I am. Like, are you kidding me? What? It happened on different websites. Yeah, I'm figuring out streaming. The point is that it's hard not to show things. Not the showing is difficult, but the not showing. For example, I have a new server. I want to log in, but I can't show the password on stream. I absolutely cannot show the password. So what I do, I put a second monitor there and copy over there and paste over here, hoping that I don't glitch it, and it's gonna be revealed anyway. So now I have to log into Twitch, and I don't know how to log into Twitch. And this worked last time. This is annoying me. Software is updating without my consent, actually. So now I make a new window. I go to the other monitor. And there's the new server, by the way. I got a new server in Montreal. I could have gone for Los Angeles, but they gave me half the memory. This one has 32 gigabytes, which is so absolutely huge. And Los Angeles had 16 gigabytes for pretty much the same price. So I was like, yeah, that's not that difficult. Machine is sluggish. I'm streaming. No passwords here? No, that's good. That's a new terminal. Cool, isn't it? Everything has to look cool from now on, is what I decided. If I use a terminal, it may as well look good. Yeah, this machine has a load of 7. It's too much. I don't know. OBS. Yeah, OBS is quite greedy. Okay, this is what I'm streaming, right? So I know I stream only one monitor. Okay, that's important. I have to figure this out. Oh, I can see my own stream. That's good. Whee. Okay, here I'm logged in. This is also Chrome. No, I'm not logged in. I'm following my channel as an anonymous user, I guess. Am I? That's so confusing. I can click follow and follow myself. No, I'm logged in. I'm logged into Twitch and Chrome. And then I want to see the chat window. And it says not logged in, so I have 2 different Chromes now. This is so wrong. Like, this is software 2020. This. I just forgot that I'm logged in. And I don't know the password, and I don't care about the password. So I'm gonna do it differently, I guess. I just go to Twitch here. And then there's some magic link to pop out the chat. Here. Where is it? See, I don't even know. No, it's on my dashboard. So where's my dashboard? I mean, I swear, these websites. You just want the simplest stuff and it takes you forever. Creator dashboard, yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm live, thank you very much. So now Twitch knows me again. That's pretty nice. What do I have? 7 followers. Okay, and somewhere here there is the chat and I can pop it out. Here. Pop out. I should bookmark this. Yeah, I had this nice automation where I could just say open Twitch chat And it would happen, but now Chrome doesn't want to play along. I swear it's crazy. Well, this is good. And now I have to find the thinnest line ever with my senile hands. Just my point is that software is full of unfeatures. Features that are just not well implemented. Bam! Step number 1. And where's my goal window? I need my goal window. I have no orientation in life without this window. See, this is just... Yeah, this goal actually still exists. Pop out. Oh yeah, the machine is overloaded. Oh yes, I have so many indices. Who knows what the plural is? Indices, whatever. So this is the free memory, which is in the minus, so it's already swapping, which is not good. I have different different variations of my total index. Do you want the total index? Obscure Third Reich reference. Do you want the total index? Well, here's the search over the index. And probably I'm just, no. Where's this other module? Yeah, there's a little... Windows like to hide other windows. Here's some benchmarks. Yeah, lots of little things you have to improve. I want the perfect software. I made all this stuff myself, so I'm responsible. Well, not really, this window toolkit. It's Java plus some skin on it. Like I want to click here. I expect a reasonable menu like this one. I'm not getting a menu. So I think, yeah, I need to install a click listener. Then I remember that this skin was made by somebody else, so I don't know where to install the click listener. Something simple like that is sadly complicated. So I don't do it. I've thought about this, I swear, like 500 times. I was like, oh yeah, I need a menu up there. And the next thought is, oh, that's too much work. And I don't do it. But the occasion comes back. I think the same thing again next time. Because I truly should put a module window. I can't talk anymore. Put a menu up here. Anyway, but the search kind of does something. I'm still looking for the 1 millisecond index. So sometimes, yeah, no, it's gotten slower again. I was changing stuff. So here, if I use a word that actually doesn't exist, we get very fast search times. On the other hand, this module doesn't seem to work anymore at all. Okay, let's go back. Version 4. I have different versions. Yeah, right now stuff is mildly breaking. Yeah, I had different iterations. The deep double word index, and the double word index, and the deep word index. Deep means that I look into each text and store the positions of each word. This is great, but it's absolutely not what I was looking for. Okay, this one doesn't work because the index is not there. Where's my taskbar? Yeah, all of these little things could be improved. I'm promoting this operating system. It's a Java program, but it's cool. Okay, here are these magnificent indices. The deep double word index, the deep word index, and the deep word pair index. The deep word pair index looks at pairs of words. For example, if you're looking for, this is, oh, this one works again. I swear they work sometimes, and yeah, it's work in progress. This is cool. I look for this text. Then we have two word pairs. This and is makes a word pair, and is and cool makes a word pair. And each of these is stored in the database and is used for searching. So in the actual search, we combine the results for this pair with the results for this pair. And that apparently still takes way too long, because this is as long as the full text search without any index took. It's not an improvement. But I was working frantically on this stuff like these days. So performance fluctuates. I want to solve this. I want to have a really super fast search engine to compete with Google. And because it's a basis for AI, I think. What is AI? AI is also searching. What is human intelligence? Human intelligence is a person you can ask a thing and they come up with an answer from a huge database that they made over the course of their life. You are a walking database. So, I can ask you about the topic and it does not take you long to come up with answers about the topic, so if you know it. So you basically are a search engine. And I doubt that you scan your whole brain for each question that somebody asks. That just takes too long. So I'm making this search engine, and I also realized that computers don't really understand humans. So we should start with the AI stuff in a computer-centered way. Like the computer should understand things about the computer. It just makes way more sense. It's probably the basis for understanding humans. We make these chatbots that do things for us, but we have to put in a lot of knowledge about humans in order for this to work. That's tedious. So for different reasons, it makes sense to teach computers about computers first, because that in itself is a huge task. This computer I'm using is not self-aware. It just pretends to be self-aware by using words that I understand, showing me things that I know, but it's a limited form of awareness. 32 gigabytes. Like the old server, the server had problems today, my virtual server. I called the guys and they say, yeah, we're fixing it. It's a shared server, but it was not really the... Technically, the reason is that it was a shared server. And so somebody used too many resources or whatever. But it was really extreme. Like today, nothing worked. The server started to reboot programs because one program thought the other program had crashed, but it was just all slowed down, like to a crawl. Like ridiculously slow. Like something that takes 5 seconds took 5 minutes now. That was the situation today. I was like, oh, I launched actual bots that are actually used by people and paid for and stuff. I cannot afford to have the server go down. So yeah, it's just, you don't know what you get with the virtual server. It was a great value and everything, but this time we're getting a machine that has, like I know what the processor is. I don't exactly know what this processor is, but I have heard the brand before and the product line is good. And this is a nice gigahertz number, so I'm like, yeah, it's probably good. So it's actual hardware and you don't have to share it with anyone. If this server fucks up, then I am to blame. Or maybe the guys who make Ubuntu or Linus Torvalds. But nobody else. That's a limited number of people, so we are basically using software we don't understand. It's not a problem. Ubuntu is so huge. Linux is really huge. It's open source, which is very good. But have you read the source code of Linux? Have you? Yes? Okay. Yeah, I read it before bedtime. My point is you can't. Even the biggest expert doesn't know all the software. So we use software we don't fully understand. We trust it works. It's another thing we can improve. Okay, I'm gonna try to log into the new server. I copy the password from the secret monitor. And I go to my virtual terminal. Oh no, actually first thing, I should make a domain name. Domain names are cool. I run a DNS server that is written in Java. Here, pure Java DNS. I bet that nobody's doing this. I'm possibly the only person in the world who runs a productive DNS server in Java. It works, I mean. This was a new server. And the new server is called big because that's a good word. And we need an IP address. Do we have an IP address? We have an IP address. We put it in here. We have to stupidly manually restart. I should have made this ages ago. I have to restart server manually. Oops. I think this one's enough. There's a second server, but it doesn't matter. All right. Now we say big.botcompany. And we get unable to connect, which is good because the new server is not running a web server yet. Okay. So back to the password. Like the 5th time I have copied this password. SSH copy ID. So yeah, I didn't click. Computers just big what company. So yep. And paste. And we should be in. What? Come on. Rot or root, I mean, come on. Okay, this is the new server. It's up. First thing it says system restart required. Aha. Ceremoniously set up new server. Why is a restart required? This was just set up. It's fresh. Okay, we'll give it the benefit of the doubt. And grant the reboot. Is it a sequel? Is it a prequel? It is a reboot. So you have to guess when it might be ready and then log in again. It doesn't come back to you, you have to issue the command again. It's because computers are not self-aware. So it's booting. It's a real machine, so it goes through a real power cycle. It's not a virtual simulation of a reboot, it's an actual reboot. Yeah, sometimes computers are really slow. Is it installing Windows updates? Let's ping Germany. First is to look up the address. It did so. Yes. We have 96. It's very stable. Look at this. Super stable. It's probably a feature of servers because they are closer to the backbones or whatever. They just have a different kind of connection than DSL or something. So from Montreal to Germany, it's 96.8 milliseconds plus minus 1 or 2. 0.2, I mean. So if I ping from here, ping the other way, it's going to fluctuate, I bet. No, it's not. 100. Clean round one. It's also very stable. Interesting. I mean, if I stream a little stuff, I am streaming, and still we get this perfect ping time. Connection's pretty good. Okay, so I have this one little trick to set up a new server. I need to copy a file, and for this I need another SSH copy ID. Yeah, and this is the usual crap. I wrote it down somewhere. Let me see. I actually forgot how that works. Oh, there are some stupid steps involved. This is still a completely fresh Ubuntu. 1%. Yeah, so SSH. Oh my god, this is annoying. No, I don't even find out where it was. My document. Let's Stack Overflow. SSH copy ID. No identities found. I should memorize these. It's such basic stuff. So I have to make, you know, it's so stupid. It's another item from my long list of stupidities in computer science. I want to copy my new user ID to another machine so they can talk to each other. It says no identities found, but the command to make an identity is just a simple command. You don't have to specify anything. So why does it not just make my identity? It's ridiculous. Really. Okay, copy ID. So where's my identity? And among these myriad answers, there's one that is really simple and does the job. Okay, SSH generate key. Ah, now we're talking. Maybe just this SSH, well, SSH key gen. Great, I accept the default file. I want no passphrase. I get random art. And that was it. Now I can copy my identity. Yes. It's another password I have to look up. I swear one day I'm going to leak passwords. We need a software that prevents this or whatever. Or a software that changes a password as soon as I leak it. It changes the password before anybody can abuse it. That would be the perfect thing. Paste. Good. Now we can copy a little script I want to use. Actually, I want to go to another machine. The other dedicated server, actually. Let's copy another identity. Yes, and I have to look up another password. No drill. There is the password. My other monitor is full of passwords. Paste. There. Now we get auto completion. It's pretty cool. Nope, maybe here. Yeah, there it is. Set up Ubuntu 18. Okay. Let me look for something real quick. Check if there are any passwords in the file I'm about to open. Because you must not show your passwords. Ever. Nope, there are no passwords in the file. So the point is that if you are in Ubuntu 18, this one script should do everything. Update the system, get loads of packages, install Java, install a graphical interface, like a remote desktop, and run my operating system. This was so annoying. It was so annoying to get to this point to automate setting up a new server. It's like the actual programming. You think programming is about these cool algorithms, but that's only 34%. The rest is figuring out how to set up a goddamn server. That's the other 66%. I really want to play some music on stream, but I'm gonna get copyright striked. Fitting the new Canadian server, I listen to Canadian music. Men without hats. Good music. We should make a system where people can open a website in the background and it plays the music that the streamer intended to be played on all the platforms that prohibit copyrighted music. I would just issue a command in the chat or whatever. I'll put it on screen and which music I want, and the other website that you also open will play this music, like from YouTube. Just open YouTube tab. So you can enjoy the music I wanted to be played, but could not play because of copy non-right. It's a new word. Copy non-right. Copying is not right. It's just, it's Orwellian nomenclature. Copyright is an Orwellian trick term. It sounds like it's right on multiple levels. Copyright, it sounds like it's right. It sounds like it's a right. It enables you to do something. You have the right to copy, but you do not have the right to copy. It's taken away. It's slavery is freedom and so on. Except it's not. No, I need to type in a password and I hope it's not showing. Oh, I'm lucky. It's not showing. Oh, I have to type it again. Still not showing. Ooh. Incidentally, if I use the same script that I made for Ubuntu 18 on either Ubuntu 19 or Ubuntu 20, it does not work anymore. Essential things break without any clear indication why. Like this graphical desktop, the VNC desktop, just doesn't work on Ubuntu 20. So I have to go back to Ubuntu 18 or figure out a really, really stupid problem. Okay, we also have JDK 14. It's a pretty fresh version of my install script. JDK 14 is like the latest, greatest, best stuff. So now we can actually log into, no, we have to, no, yeah. There's only one more step, and we get a graphical view of the new server. We choose the most similar one. The new server is called Montreal. Lots of stupid options. We should really go to root users. I hate this other business. Security people tell you that you have to make a user here which is not root. For example, Stefan user, and use that one, but I just don't care. There are things that stupidly don't work when you are not the root user on Linux. So first thing I do is enable root access, like through the network. It's not any less secure, it's ridiculous. Either somebody hacks in and then they're in, or they don't and they're not. It doesn't matter if I have a root user or no root user or whatever. Know what I mean? It's just add root login. Aha, that's how it works. I have to log in. I am logged in. Sudo -i. Password root. Okay. And I put in a new password. And I paste. And I paste again. And how's that? And then I say nano. Yes, important config. Oh, it's yes already. That must be a new policy. I think the provider I bought this from usually doesn't have this. All the better. Yeah, we are root already. I'm stupid, of course. All right, that was a waste of time. So we can go back to the next step. Click here. So exciting. Come on. Yes. We have all the IDs and passwords in. Yeah. So this is what a new server looks like when I make one. I'm using the standard Ubuntu stuff. Default config. But this down here looks like crap, seriously. Minus. Yeah, that's better. Generic background image. Yeah, that was it. If I do this every day, I'm going to get really fast at it. It's setting up new servers, or we automate it more. And there are a few more steps to get it really running, but it's here, and we could maybe even serve a website. Would that work? Loop? No. Let's see how quickly I can set up a new web server. Here. Code is downloaded automatically. That's promising. We have 2 web servers. Oh. Yeah, of course it's not secure yet because we don't have a certificate. We can work around it, I guess. No? No, what it says. Handshake failure alert. What is that? Ay. Maybe it's the same bug that we just don't have a certificate. Nothing appearing here. This fails at an early stage. You can have different web servers to choose from. Oh. And no, why not? Nope. Gazelle web server. Let's check out this one. Yep, address is already used, of course. Start again. Check it out again. It's redirecting us to somewhere else. That was not the plan. Yeah. Making a certificate is also a little annoying. I have almost automated it. It's downloading my whole repository here. 30,000 individual files. It's not very optimized. Why do the advanced thing when the simple thing works? Just make 30,000 download requests. If you want to download 30,000 text snippets, why not? Why not? Okay, we should check out the memory stats. Whatever, free there. Here. Process is using 1.5 gigabytes and we have 29 gigabytes of free memory. As I said, the old server had like 20. I never used them. Or once I used them. I tried to compress 100 megabytes of Wikipedia text, which is like a standard benchmark for compression algorithms. I wrote a compression algorithm and I compressed the whole of Wikipedia. And the point was that the algorithm took 100 times more space than the original file was. So 100 megabytes turned into 10 gigabytes or more of main memory. And you really need to have this memory available for it to work at all. But now we could also run this benchmark actually. Let's see. Let's test the new server. It's called compress in. I think. No, it's not. Where was it? Benchmark. Oh no, it's a different test. Yeah, I have another test for the compression algorithm with random data. Let's try this one. Benchmark my compression algorithm. So yeah, it's benchmarking. I think it starts with exactly with 10 megabytes of random data. Just combinations of A, B, and 3 in random order. A, B, and C in random order. Yeah, that should be it actually. Wait. 40. How many zeros are this? 1, 2, 3. It's only 4 million. Let's start again. It's not showing the size of the input very well. It's kind of stupid. And it's so fast that you can't follow it. That's why it's confusing me. It's much faster than on the last machine I tested, I think. Okay, 1 million. And now it's compressing. Yeah, this is the result. 168,380. It means that if you take 1 million of these ABC characters in random order, like just roll the dice, A, B, C, C, B, A, B, A, C, B, whatever, just random 1 million of these, and then you compress them. You have an algorithm look for structures in this random string, because even the random string has repetitions. If you have only 3 different characters, you will have repetitions. And the question is, if you take 1 million random characters, how much repetition is there? And with this simple algorithm, which runs in linear time, as they say, but still finds many, many structures, the result is 168,000 actual information. It's not clear what this is, bytes or something. Not actually bytes, this is a random measure. It's somewhere between a bit and 4 bytes or something. Just the point is that this number is smaller than 1 million. If the whole string was just A's, 1 million A's in a row, the complexity would be something like 20, a really low complexity, because it just sees that there are repetitions of A's. It's not much information. But pretty much a random string is the highest information you can get. The worst case. But still, there is compression. That's kind of interesting. How does that work? Because it can't be possible. There must be strings that are incompressible. No? Huh. Well, I guess the point is that they do contain more information. Each of these things are listed here, the compression results. They contain more information than 1 bit or 2 bits. I'm not sure. Anyway, it compresses and it measures how long each byte took to compress. Each byte takes 15 microseconds. A microsecond is a millionth of a second. No, this is a different benchmark. It's measuring something else. Never mind. I hope it was interesting anyway. Still downloading all the snippet things. You could try to make a certificate, but it's so annoying. It's so annoying to make certificates. I'll do it off stream. I'll get back to you when we have progress in this super fast search engine. Yeah, I had a few revelations, I think, how to make a search engine that works in 1 millisecond without cheating, just with a big index. We allow ourselves to store an index that's several times bigger than the original data set. If we want to search 50 megabytes of text, we allow 200, 300, 500, even more maybe megabytes of RAM to be used. And that is going to make it fast. And also, I saw a link between compression and search, for example, and compression and AI. That's going to be interesting. The link between compression and search is that if you have a body of text, like 50 megabytes of source code, and you have one line of something you search in the text, then you can compress the whole body of text you have, and then you also compress this one line as a part of the whole, and then it will immediately see the repetition. If the line you're looking for is something that was already said, then that's a repetition. By adding our search query to the body of text, we yeah, we do the trick basically. The search is done just by compressing an additional line. Probably the real way would be to recompress everything, add the search query to the text and recompress the whole thing. But the cheating method is to have it pre-compressed and adding this one line and just trying to express it in things that were said before. And by following this link, this repetition link, you have your search result. That's roughly how it works. So you turn a compression algorithm into a search engine. That's trick number one. I'll do that. And the other trick is to turn compression into AI. Not really, maybe, but a bit of AI. Because if you want prediction should also arise out of a compression algorithm. That's what people on the AGI mailing list always talk about. The funny AGI mailing list. There are many compression enthusiasts there. And they argue the compression is the basis for AI. And there's a point to that. The compression algorithm can tell you how something will probably continue if you tweak the algorithm. It's not automatic, but you can probably, it's a creative step, but you use the compression algorithm as a basis for making this prediction algorithm. My compression algorithm works with pairs. You take all the bytes of the input and you look for pairs of bytes, like bytes that are next to each other. And the pair that appears the most, you take it out and replace it with a new symbol. And then you do the same thing again. You look for new pairs, including this symbol. So with this pairing information, it should be possible to do some kind of prediction. And I'm guessing that in the prediction step, you can choose how to predict. Because you can use the likely thing, the natural, the typical thing, typical continuation, or you choose an atypical continuation. The compression algorithm tells you what is a typical continuation. This is not going to be full AI, I'm pretty sure, because the compression algorithm is so simple, but I want to explore it. I'm fascinated by my own algorithm. I made this compression algorithm, and it's just as good. Seven. Here it is. I made a multi-file compressor that beats 7-zip. It does. On certain archives, it beats 7-zip, which is like the best compressor, general purpose compressor. Because I handle similarities between different files very well. And the file format is ridiculously simple. It's just zipping plus a super simple format, or like this. You have some lines or some bytes and you say, I want number 1 of these plus number 5. Give it a new name. I want number 7 and plus number 0. And then the files turn into this. This is so simple, you can write it down on a napkin. It's a napkin-sized algorithm, or a toilet paper-sized algorithm. You could write it down here. I don't know why I have toilet paper on the table. I have like no culture. Other people have tissues and, you know, other people have style. I always use toilet paper. I have 0 style. But I have good algorithms. And I figured out the key to streaming. The key to streaming is I have 2 monitors. One for the passwords and the secret stuff. The other for the stream. It took me very long to find this out. And also I'm starting to vape. I have a vaporizer for secret herbs. Yeah. So we're all set up. I'll just stream and stream and stream and explore these things. Search, compression, prediction. Let's put the fun back into AI. I was looking for this text mode AI, like chatbot AI, but it was too tedious. Like I was looking at pattern matching and stuff. It's all important, but The idea is to look at it differently. Look more at production. If an AI is something that produces text, I mean, we have this GPT-2 crap. Sorry, I didn't say that. This OpenAI, blah. It's a very advanced neural network, which means it's very advanced fakery. Neural networks are fake, basically. Not all of them, but some. Yeah, it can generate text that looks like text, but it has no idea what it's actually talking about. It doesn't really have semantics, and it cannot be tweaked a little bit so it understands semantics. It's fundamentally incapable. That's why I say it's a trick or scam or whatever. It's free software, I think. It's not really a scam. But it doesn't do what it claims to do. It doesn't think like you think it thinks. Just it doesn't. There's a famous critique of GPT-2. I don't know if I can find it quickly. Here. Yeah, this is the one. Tap, tap. That's what it is. It's a monkey. GPT-2 is a smart monkey that has never seen real life, actually. It's an imaginary monkey. Yeah, it finds out grammar and even like the art part of grammar. Like writing a sentence that flows well, uses all the right idioms, uses repetition but not too much repetition. All this superficial but really important stuff for language. But what's missing is the semantics behind it. And there should be some examples here where GPT-2 should not be trusted. Yeah, here. A water bottle breaks and all the water comes out, leaving roughly 6 to 8 drops of beer, because it just flows between the words, and beer seems like a nice fit, and it has no conception that beer is not actually water. If you drink hydrochloric acid by the bottle full, you will probably get sick, yes, of it fast. If you just try to drink it by the bottle full, you must either take a long break or drink a lot of water immediately after drinking the acids. Or they will cause a lot of stomach acid to be flushed out of your body. Yeah, as he says, do not trust a system like this for medical advice. That's exactly the point. This, I'm a little annoyed by the claim that this is AI. Sure, this is fun, but is this actually AI? I generally put the bar lower. I tend to think that we should call the simplest things AI. If a browser remembers the URL I was visiting, it's AI. It's a bit of intelligence. It's much smarter than giving me an empty input field. It's smarter to remember what I did before. It's the first level of intelligence, just to memorize something. And it's really smart to call this artificial intelligence. It's just AI level 1. If you say this is not AI, then you deprive yourself of the path to AI. A path begins with the first step, and the first step is a program that remembers something. Whatever step 2 is. But, the first step is also AI. The baby learns to walk. That's the first step. Call the first step. Like the real thing. So we have been fooled by all this GPT-2 stuff and their big machines. They measure their neural networks in the number of neurons. As if bigger is always better. I can make my programs longer and I can make them use more memory, but does it make them better? Isn't it cooler to have a small program with a lot of result? Like size coding software that's really small and really cool. Oh no, it's a different thing. 4K and 4K. I don't mean the monitor 4K, I mean the 4 kilobyte scene. Here, the classic. Program that is 4 kilobytes long and is really, really, really pretty. Let's say maybe we get some sound even. This should not be copyrighted, right? I can put this on the other monitor. Oh, I'm so good. I'm so professional. Machine is really slow. I have too many indices opened. Oh, this is embarrassingly slow. Oh my god. I think it's still swapping. Yeah, it's swapping. Minus 2 gig. Let's free some memory. How can we do it? Close the whole thing. Ooh. Lagging. We are lagging. I am lagging. Ah. So here, the program that is 4 kilobytes long and really bad playback quality. Yeah. Yeah, this near photorealistic thing. It's just a 4 kilobyte program. So the point was shortness is better than needless complexity. I think Google is trying to scare you with the size of their computers. So you think, oh, with my little machine, I can't even compete because AI needs a lot of resources. I say that's trick number 1 to discourage you. If you are good at programming, you will make small programs with big effects. That's all for today. Bye bye bye. I have a short key for stopping the recording, but I can't remember. It's one of the function keys here. This one. No.